Flying is one of the safest means of travel. Many passengers suffer from a fear of flying, including myself. Some airport approaches are a lot more challenging than others and can turn into a terrifying experience that makes the bravest frequent flyers grip their armrests. Here are most dangerous airports in the world, where landings and takeoffs require extreme precision and massive pilot skills. Before starting, don't forget to subscribe our channel Genius 3.0. Number 1. Wellington International Airport, New Zealand. Serving the capital of New Zealand, Wellington International Airport is the third busiest airport in the country, after Auckland and Christchurch. It features a single 2081 meters runway that appears to start and end in the ocean. The airport has a reputation from sometimes rough and turbulent landings, even in larger aircrafts, due to the channeling effect of Cook Strait creating strong and gusty winds, especially in northwestern conditions. This makes it extremely difficult for pilots to maneuver landing and can sometimes turn flying into a arising experience for passengers. Number 2. Gibraltar International Airport, British Overseas Territory. The runway at Gibraltar's airport crossing the main road in and out of the British Overseas Territory, and consequently traffic has to be closed every time a plane lands or departs. The resultant traffic jam have led to a construction of a tunnel under the runway, but the project has been plugged by delayed and it is still not completed. However, the highway crossing isn't the main issue for pilots. It's the strong turbulence and wind shear around the Rock of Gibraltar and across the Bay of Algeciras that makes landing here challenging, afraid, and particularly uncomfortable. Diversions and go-arounds are common, especially in winters. Number 3. Princess Juliana Airport, Saint Martin. The notorious Princess Juliana Airport on the Caribbean island of Saint Martin is famous around the world for its low landing over the ocean, owing to one end of its single 7,546 feet long runway being extremely close to the shore. The proximity of Maho Beach to the runway had made the airport one of the world's most favorite places for a perfect Instagram shot. As the landing jet appears to just feet above the heads of the public just before touchdown, while takeoff creates huge gust of wind and sand for sunbathers. It's not without danger although. In 2017, a New Zealand woman died for injuries sustained by jet blasts from a departing aircraft. Number 4. Nassaswag Airport, Greenland. One of two airports in Greenland capable of serving large airliners. The airport was built in 1941 by the US Ministry of Defense. Pilots must deal with strong wind, severe turbulence, and wind shear in the mountainous landscapes, even on the calmest days of the year, before they get sight of a relatively short 6,000 feet runway. While the high wind is the major challenge for pilots, a nearby volcano can be even more of a headache. When it erupts, its volcanic ashes cloud contains very small particles of glass that can damage aircraft engines. Number 5. Toncontin Airport, Honduras. The approach. Number 6. Madeira International Airport, Portugal. Madeira International Airport is formerly known as Funchal Airport. On the Portuguese archipelago of Madeira in the Atlantic Ocean is considered one of the most dangerous airports in the world due to its spectacular construction. The original runway was only 1600 meter long, but was extended to 2781 meter after a fatal plane crash in 1977 where 164 people died. The runway extension is supported by 180 columns, partly over the ocean, which have to withstand serious shock loading during landings. The airport is also dangerous due to strong wind, high mountains on one side, and the ocean in the other. Pilots must undergo additional training to land at the airport. Number 7. Tenzing Hilari Airport, Nepal. It's also known as Lukla Airport. It is the prime airport for anyone who is visiting Mount Everest. The runway is surrounded on all sides by steep Himalayas terrain, with a mountain shelf on one side and the steep drop into the valley below on the other side. The airport runway is extremely short at just 527 meter long. although it also slopes uphill with a gradient of almost 12%, which helps planes to slow down in time. To make matter worse, there is no go-ground procedure because of surrounding mountains. Given these factors, only helicopters and small fixed-wing propeller planes are permitted to land. Since 1973, there have been several accidents on the airports that resulted in many deaths and injuries. And the last one is Paro International Airport, Bhutan. The tiny airport is nestled in a deep valley and surrounded by sharp peaks of up to 5,500 meters tall. Strong winds sweep through the valley, often resulting in severe turbulence. Considering the most dangerous airport in the world, flights are only allowed during the daytime and under visual meteorology conditions, in which pilots make their judgment by eyes rather than relying on aircraft instruments. The dramatic approach to the runway is completely out of sight for the pilots until the last minute as they maneuver between mountains at 45-degree angle before dropping quickly onto the runway. Only a limited number of pilots are authorized to land at Paro. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel and become genius in your life.